It started with an envelope, fat damp from spring rain, slapped onto my porch, like it was trying to pick a fight. The courier looked like he couldn't get off my land fast enough. Now I get junk mail all the time, but this wasn't that. This one had a glossy HOA letterhead, and a fine for over $4,000. And here's the kicker, I don't even belong to an HOA. See, I live on 5 acres out in rural Georgia. This land's been in my family since before Web 2. It used to be a pecan orchard, long before anyone ever dreamed of building subdivisions out here. But Green Hollow Estates, the shiny new HOA across the road, had been eyeing my property like they thought I was a stray they could clean up. This time, they decided my fence, a simple 6-foot livestock fence, was unsightly and too tall. They cited codes. They sent photos. They slapped a fine on me like they had the right. I figured it was a mistake, maybe just overreach. I sent a polite letter back, told them agricultural fencing in the county is allowed up to 8 feet, and that mine wasn't even close. I didn't expect a thank you, but I didn't expect what came next either. A few days later, I got a voicemail from the HOA president guy named Gordon Brandt, the kind of guy who wears mirrored sunglasses indoors and talks like he's narrating a PowerPoint. Said failure to pay would constitute consent to enforcement. Whatever that meant. I sent the recording to my cousin Michelle, who's a real estate lawyer, and went back to carving dovetails. Then Thursday hit. My security cam buzzed. I opened the feed, and there it was. A silver SUV with Green Hollow Estates plastered on the side, rolling right up my gravel driveway like they owned it. 2 guys hopped out in matching blazers, clipped padlocks on my front gate, and then, get this, parked the SUV sideways across the entrance like it was their own driveway. And they just sat there. I jogged down with my phone filming. Told them straight this was private land, and they had no jurisdiction here. One of them gave a half smile and rolled up the window. I heard the locks click. And that was it. So I called the sheriff and I called Jasper. Now Big Jasper's been towing cars out here longer than I've been alive. Couple years back, I helped him rebuild his truck ramp so we're square. He knows my land, including the second entrance nobody from Green Hollow knows, exists way back by the orchard. And sure enough, 15 minutes later, Jasper roared in from the back with his boom ready. Lifted the SUV like it was a soda can. The alarm started blaring, didn't faze him. Sheriff pulled up right behind as Jasper rolled out with the HOA's ride in tow. Next day, I get an email. The HOA wants their SUV back. They demand I pay storage fees. I sent them one thing, the sheriff's report, trespassing vehicle now evidence. And I copied Michelle just for fun. That weekend, I stopped by Jasper's yard. The SUV was sitting there. Tires flat, covered in yellow pollen, looking real sad. But the best part came Wednesday night. Michelle called laughing so hard, I thought she might choke. Turns out the HOA filed a lawsuit against me, Jasper, and even the sheriff's office. But in their own court filing, they attached financial records to prove damages, and that's where they screwed up. The SUV, not actually theirs. It was leased under a contract where every homeowner paid into the pool. And the lease, it had a clause no parking on unauthorized private land, violating that default. And default meant the vehicle could be seized. So I did what anyone would do. I sent the lease company the footage, the report, the location, everything. 24 hours later, a repossession agent rolled into Jasper's lot and hauled the SUV off like it was nothing. Lease balance $26,000. Sent directly to Green Hollow Estates. After that, the whole house of cards came down. Gordon left 3 voicemails that same day, practically begging for a sit-down. I archived them all. Then their insurance provider got wind of it, canceled their policy on the spot for misrepresentation of risk, which meant the board members were now personally liable. So they called a meeting, subpoenaed me no less. I showed up in boots and clean jeans binder under one arm. Place was packed, neighbors whispering, some clearly angry, some just confused. Gordon tried to guilt-trip me, said I put community resources at risk with my behavior. I pulled up a projector. First slide GIS maps showing my parcel excluded from their HOA covenants, dating back before the subdivision was built. Second slide drone footage showing how the HOA placed signs 6 inches into protected wetlands. Fine $15,000 from the county. Then someone in the back, I think her name was Linda, stood up and asked if Gordon's monogrammed jackets were paid with HOA funds. Someone else brought up a Cancun trip that lined up with suspicious hospitality withdrawals. It turned into a mob. I slipped out, but not before pocketing a USB drive labeled Finance, Final. Within a week, 5 homeowners filed a class action lawsuit. The county leveled fines. State AG launched a fraud investigation. Gordon resigned. But it wasn't over yet. 2 blocks over lived a retired judge. Turns out he'd been watching all this unfold. Dug through old property records and found a clause if enough non-HOA homeowners signed a petition, the county could revoke the subdivision stormwater exemption, forcing every home to retrofit green drainage systems. Cost $9,000 per house. We all signed. With the SUV repossessed funds drained, insurance gone, the HOA collapsed. Liquidation clause kicked in. Board members took the hit. Gordon's home under lien. Treasurer same. 1 board member declared bankruptcy before the holidays. I watched from my workshop as trucks pulled down the HOA signage. Just muddy patches where flower beds used to be. My gate, the one they tried to fine me over, still stands. 6 feet tall. Legal. Stronger than ever. And me, I didn't do it for revenge. I just knew my rights, and I wasn't about to let some overgrown HOA bully me off my own land. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever had to stand your ground against a group that thought they could push you around? Ever been fined for something you didn't agree to? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your side of it. And hey, if you liked the story, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who needs a reminder to never underestimate a quiet neighbor with a workshop and a memory for names.